Have you ever wanted to call into work depressed or anxious? I mean, you can't though, because it's not a legitimate excuse. If you have a reason for it, sure. Why are you depressed? Did someone die? Is someone or a beloved pet sick? Did your significant other break your heart? If you say no, I'm just sad, I mean, they're probably going to tell you to come to work. It's not socially acceptable to call in to work depressed or anxious. Why is that? I mean, I know not only is it not socially acceptable, but most people I know, myself included, are far too embarrassed by the thought that we would never even dream of trying it. I mean, personally, I've gotten really good at faking it. With a smile on my face, I just go through the motions and I get up and I go to work. I mask what's really happening inside my head. I've faked emergency trips to the DMV, fevers, food poisoning. Instead of calling and saying, hey, I can't come to work today, I'm having a really hard time with my depression or my anxiety. I'm just feeling really sad or really stressed. I mean, sometimes you're anxious or sad and you have no legitimate excuse, but it's just so hard to get out of bed or hard to breathe. But you take your short, shallow breaths and you get up and you do it anyway because you have no other choice. I think that shows that you're stronger than you think you are, honestly. You may not be able to totally pull yourself out of your funk, but the fact that you can get up and still deal with life shows strength and progress. And don't get me wrong, I mean, I don't think that even if you can't get up and deal with life still, I don't think that that shows that you're not strong. I don't think that that shows that you're weak. I think that you're still here, and that shows strength. So I wanted to make this video for a while. I had some requests on a past video to talk about how I deal with my depression and anxiety, and it's kind of difficult to put into words, I guess. It's something you just kind of deal with. And so here goes, bear with me. Hopefully this video isn't too long. We'll see how it goes. Now, I've been dealing with these things for the past 10-ish years. And in the past year, I was actually diagnosed as minor bipolar. I'm not saying that I'm great at dealing with it, but since I've dealt with it for so long, I found ways to kind of wade through all the shit that you go through. I mean, it's not like it ever totally goes away, and everybody's different, but there are ways to like slightly inch your way forward, and I've tried most things, and these are some things that work for me personally. Now, to kind of give you a little bit of a background on me, it started in high school. I was depressed for quite a while, and I truly believe it was as a result of my diet. I barely ate anything. For about 6 years from junior year on, I was struggling with anorexia and bulimic tendencies, exercise addiction. This was also the beginning of my anxiety. I would put on something that felt a little bit too clingy, and I would like immediately break out in a sweat, and I couldn't breathe, and I would drop to the floor and start doing crunches. I mean, okay, so your diet can definitely affect your mental state. I've since learned that if you fill your body with good foods, it greatly assists in your mood. Specifically, like when you're feeling really down, foods that are high, like that boost your serotonin levels, can really help boost your mood. Like chocolate, turkey, things like that. And I try to eat more of those when I'm feeling really down. I mean, it's a temporary high, but it definitely helps to kind of like boost you up a little bit. I mean, everything in moderation, obviously, but when you need a little bit more chocolate, have a little more chocolate, man. But the rest of the time, I try to eat clean and healthy. I know when you're sad, you might want to just not eat anything, or eat takeout or frozen foods or something that takes minimal effort, because it's hard enough to even just get out of bed, let alone make yourself a meal. But push yourself. That's all you can do, is like you have to push yourself to get out of bed, and you have to push yourself as hard as you can, and it takes all of your strength sometimes, but it's worth it. Or have somebody make you a meal. Hopefully you have somebody in your life that can help you, and maybe somebody can make you something that's good for you. Obviously also exercise helps. Even if you just get out and go for a walk. I mean, it's a temporary high again, but I mean, when I'm like really deep in sadness, or when I'm feeling really anxious, I'll take what I can get in order to make myself feel better and boost me up or calm me down. Also, just talking it out. Try to pull people into your life that are helpful and people who are willing to listen to you. I mean, there's really nothing that they can actually do for you physically or mentally, because this is all a personal inner battle that you have to deal with on your own. But one of the best things that you can do for yourself is to just tell someone how you're feeling. Just tell them, hey, I'm stressed, or hey, I'm sad. Even if you have no way of really elaborating on it, it's a great way to feel like maybe some of the weight has lifted off of your shoulders just by letting it out. And maybe after they're done listening to you, they'll cook you some good food. Along with talking it out, I started seeing a therapist once a week before I realized that I couldn't really afford it. After a while, I realized I was always broke, and being always broke amplified my anxiety. It just made me so much more anxious. Mental health is so expensive, and it's such fucking bullshit. But if you can, and if you have like great insurance, or if you have the funds necessary, or your parents will help you, or someone will help you, go see a professional. I did start seeing a psychiatrist who I only see once a month, so it's a little bit more manageable funding wise, because I realized that I was seeing the therapist, and then I had to stop seeing the therapist because I couldn't afford it. But I did need more help than just talking it out with a professional could do for me personally. After I was seeing the therapist for about a year. So that means that I'm currently medicated through the psychiatrist with a mood stabilizer and an antidepressant. I mean, I'd rather not be medicated at all. I mean, who wants to take a bunch of pills every day? But I just wanted to do whatever I could to feel better. And it's helped me greatly. I mean, I still have shitty days. I still have a hard time sometimes. But it's something that has greatly improved my life. Also, try to do something that you enjoy. I know, like I said, sometimes it's just so hard to get out of the house, so hard to leave your room, so hard to leave your bed. But try to do something that used to make you happy, and you'll see that it still will make you happy. It'll still boost you up. It'll still lift you up. Even just listening to good music. Maybe you like to play music. Pick up your guitar and just pick around a little bit. Go see a show. Go hang out with your friends. Go to dinner. You might still feel like your laughter isn't reaching the rest of your face, or the smile isn't in your eyes anymore. I can feel that. When that happens to me, I can feel it. I wonder if you guys can too. Maybe that's just me. I don't know. But I notice things like that about myself. But yeah, try to get out and try to do something that you enjoy. This is all about, I mean, it's a struggle. It's definitely a struggle. The thing is like you have to force yourself to do things. And that's really tough. It's something that's really hard. But trust me, if you just try, as long as you try, that's all that anybody can ask. And maybe you'll do it once and then you want to go back to bed. That's fine. Just listen to some good music, have some good food, have some chocolate, and you'll feel better eventually. Also, sunshine. Sunshine helps greatly. Even if you just go outside and just sit. If you're too anxious to actually like deal with people or anything like that, or if you're too sad to talk to anyone, just go out and sit in the sun. Like I said, go for a walk, whatever. Vitamin D is very important. Now, of course, in the wintertime, when a lot of people have seasonal affectiveness disorder or things of that nature, it's difficult. But do you have a zoo? If you have a zoo nearby you, there are typically, in most zoos, there is a tropical area where they have to keep the heat and the brightness at a certain level in order to, have the animals be happy and have it be like their environment at home. Now, my doctor actually recommended this to me. She's like, go to the tropical room at the Central Park Zoo. So during the winter, when it was all gray and gross and I was feeling really sad, my roommate and I went to the tropical house at the zoo. And I don't know if it was the tropical house itself or just like getting out of the house, getting out of bed, seeing animals just playing. But I felt so much better even just temporarily after going to the zoo, and going to the tropical room where it was warm and the sun was shining. Artificial sun, granted, but it helps. It's the brightness. It's not only just the vitamin D, but it's also just brightness being around you. That's something that helps. Another thing that can greatly make you feel better when you're anxious or depressed is hugs. I'm a huge proponent of hugs. Human contact is always important, and hugs make everybody feel better. Even if you're not like a touchy-feely person, even if you're always like, get away from me, hugs will calm you down. Hugs will make you happy. It's just something that helps. Now, these are some of the major ways that I deal with my depression and my anxiety. These are ways that I try to pull myself out of it. Like I said, a lot of them are only like temporary highs, because it's just something that you have to just wade your way through and just kind of make it work, in order to go on with your life until things get better. But hopefully that helps some of you. Hopefully that's something that some of you can try. I hope you guys have a little bit more insight into my life from hearing what I've gone through. So what are some ways that you guys deal with it? Let me know below in the comments some ways that you deal with your depression or your anxiety or your stress or your sadness. And we can talk it out. We can continue this conversation down there. If you guys have any questions for me, I'll be in the comment section below, ready to answer anything to the best of my ability. And I can make another video talking about things like this in the future if you'd like. If you want me to get a little bit more specific about things, I have no idea. We can just talk about it. So yeah, so I guess I will see you guys in my next video. I hope this helps some of you, and have a great day. Bye.